Greetings, it is I, the Fiendish Dr. Phil Nichols, coming to you for another installment of From the Lab. Well, there's some things to show today. I won't be taking you to the front end because a lot of the stuff for the movie's there, and I've been told not to let anybody see anything, so we won't be shooting there today. But we'll shoot the stuff on the finish table, and then we'll shoot the sculptures I've been working on. And I'll explain a few things, and we're going to start trying to do these every week, so you know, there won't be a lot of progress some weeks there will, just depends. I mean, I got a lot of stuff done, but it doesn't really look like I got a lot of stuff done. It's just part of the process. Anyway, let's look at the table. As you can see, got the fluffy Creepshow Crate Beast arms all made. I don't know if this arm is a little too long or not yet. I'll have to see when I get it on the crate. I might have to lower the pipe to that mark. I'm not sure yet. But the hands are heavy cast latex, foam filled. The claws are cast in ebony resin, so they're solid black resin, and that stuff's some tricky stuff to do because it kind of foams as it sets, unlike the other resins, and then it turns into a urethane resin, but it foams. It's weird stuff. And of course the body hair for the fluffy is a custom mix. So Saturday I spent all day hand hackling the hair, mixing it, and then hairing up the arms and the chest, which hang on and I'll go get the chest. Okay, and as you can see, I got the chest done. I still have more painting to do on it, and I got the head attached and everything like that to it, but this is, you know, and then the legs are bent, so you know, this is about as tall as it'll be. The legs are about 18 inches, you know, so a little bit more, and standing on the crate, so it's probably going to be about this high, like it was going to jump at you, because the crate's 2.5 feet tall. And then he's, what is he, about 4 foot altogether. So yeah, life size. Let me put this up and I'll show you the model kit that it actually started from. This commission came from Scott Solomon, who had seen this model kit and asked me if I could make it life size, and I'm just getting back into commissions. Fluffy is the first commission I took since my return to collectible masks, and I'm super excited that it's almost done. I mean, in the next 2 weeks we'll be finishing it up, you know, while beginning other things. And I think it turned out really well. What I tried to do was make it look like the one from the movie, and I'm still tweaking on the paint job because the particular colors they used on him were affected by the temperature of the lights. And then, of course, with Creepshow, they only shot him really in the blue and red or that psychedelic lighting, so it's really hard to match. So I'm going to suggest to Scott, when he sets this installation up, that he gets 2 floodlights, a blue on one side and a red on the other side, to light him right, because that'd be pretty darn neato. I think the fluffy piece, the Creepshow crate piece, turned out really well. Now here's the deal on it. If you want one, you need to let me know. There's about 7 people that have expressed interest. 1 person has put money down on it. So I will make, I said 5 before, but if there's enough real, true interest that you will put the money down on it, I'll make 10. I'll make 10, because I think it's one of the cooler pieces I've done, but it is $375, and because this mouth is solid acrylic. I mean, you know, it can hurt you if it take a chunk out of you. But you know, I'm really tickled with how it turned out. Now, I shipped some things out, and the post office mangled boxes. 2 of the people that got their stuff, the boxes were mangled, and I'm not real thrilled with that. So, and they charge me, because the boxes are oversized, I get charged an extra fee, which I am going to have to start passing that on to you guys. So I might have to add a $10 box fee when the boxes are over the normal head size, just because that's what it costs to ship stuff, and we're getting into some really big things. I mean, you know, I'm going to be making the howling, my big howling werewolf, and the big bad wolf, but I'm going to change the teeth to those like ferocious saber-toothed teeth that the American Werewolf in London had, and make a whole new critter out of that as soon as I can. Those will probably be happening August, September with the current sculpting that I'm doing. And speaking of sculpting, I have begun. I have begun on the second commission, which is from Paul Roberts in England, the Christopher Lee Dracula from Dracula AD 1972, attacking Carolyn Monroe, a 2-character piece. But like I said in the last From the Lab, I'm sculpting them separately in pieces, like I would if it was for a wax museum or anything. I'm sculpting it that way because it has to be done that way for me to do a really good job and be able to do it all by myself. So this is the picture he sent me, but he said I should make Dracula more dynamic, and then her actually be facing him, looking at him longingly. So this, you know, this is kind of the pose, but kind of not. So what I'm doing is I've collected all kinds of reference of Christopher Lee and Carolyn Monroe, lots of Carolyn Monroe, tons and tons of Carolyn Monroe, and I have a life cast of Christopher Lee. So I have begun. So let's take a look. Now here's the sculpture, and bear in mind, folks, I'm just 1 day in, so this is the beginning of it. I still think the mouth has to be a little bit more dynamic, and the eyes will need to change a little bit. And of course, the face has a lot, it's overbuilt quite a bit. I'll have to go in and rake it down and thin it down, but I think it'll be as good as the Romero Joker, because it's forming up pretty similarly to the way that he did. But we're 3 weeks, 4 weeks away from me having anything that resembles what it should look like. And then of course this is the oh crap, I've been shot Wolfman. I had to start it over because the original piece had cracked and fallen apart on me. So I started that over, and down here I have the clay presses for the Carolyn Monroe part of this, and then an Elsa Lanchester screaming Bride of Frankenstein. And then in the front end I've got clay in the press for Captain Quint and Norman Bates, and there's a couple other ones too. But I'm just going to be always sculpting something, and then I have to sculpt out new hands for the Leprechaun / Quentin Collins, because they're kind of the same mold. I just finished them differently. And I think that was it. Oh, and then with the Wolfman, hands and feet for him, because he is a figure again, and this is a Scott Solomon commission. So I'm working on a lot of the commission pieces now. I'm also working on finishing the things that you've ordered. I just can't show you that end right now because of the movie stuff that's back there waiting to be molded. But I hope you enjoyed seeing the art in progress, and of course the Creepshow Crate Beast is. I'm pretty tickled with the way it's turning out. You know, about the time this is done, the Crate Beast should be done, and that'll be a pretty cool from the lab. Anyway, this has been the Fiendish Dr. Phil Nichols. I hope y'all have a great day from the lab.